Hi and welcome to day 36 of my 112-day long winter Grindset program. You'll have to excuse the background noise, this noise, as I'm sitting by the fire, but I guess that's okay. Today was an interesting day. I didn't get super much sleep, but I did something very different and something that I usually would never ever do. For my entire life, I've been very against all drugs and all stimulants. For obvious reasons, mainly pertaining to health. I've looked into caffeine and I've realized that, yes, anything that stresses you and that would increase your cortisol levels will have long-term negative health effects. However, more cortisol will help me produce more, not only in the gym, but also at work. So today I drank one single cup of coffee. I had the energy to work way harder than I usually do. Come home, train immediately upon coming home. No rest. Boom, boom, boom. Exercise after exercise, and I still have energy now. The experiment, which I'm going to run for at least a week, will be I'm going to consume caffeine every day. I'm going to see how it affects my work and how it affects my training and how it affects my sleep. Usually, I actually don't sleep a lot. One of the reasons is actually not the fact that I come home late, which I do, but due to the fact that when I come home late, I'm so exhausted that I rest for 2 or 3 hours, and then I start training, and then I rest again, and then I make my video, and then I rest even more, and then I go to bed. The laziness arrives when I come home and when I'm tired. With caffeine in my system today, I had nothing else to do but come home, start training immediately. Now I'm making this video, and it's not even midnight yet, which isn't super late for me. So what I've realized is, if I can consume caffeine during the day, if I manage to sleep, I'll be able to sleep more hours, train harder, and be more productive at work, whilst also being mentally sharper. And it's not like it costs a lot of money. I don't give a fuck. I spend a lot of money on junk food. Might as well, start drinking coffee. And a large majority of the world population drinks coffee. Not majority, but a large proportion. I wouldn't say a majority, if I were to guess. My entire life, I've always had more energy than other people. At least when it comes to average people. Without drinking coffee, even when they drank coffee or even energy drinks. Combining energy drinks and nicotine and loud music in the headphones, I still had more energy than them, always. And I always was able to work more and sleep less. At least work more. A lot of people can sleep less, but it just slows them down too much. Including myself, to be honest. But what I've realized is, if I already have a higher energy level than most people, if I add caffeine on top of that, I can create an even more enhanced effect, where I can use all of this energy to use it for productive things. So this is going to be an experiment. I'm going to run it for a while. And what I've noticed today was that I managed to hit very good numbers on everything across the board, from the handstand push-ups all the way to the jump rope. Everything was easy, everything was light, at least compared to yesterday, although I was doing more reps on everything and I added a minute to the jump rope. The only thing that got more difficult today was the jump rope. I felt my calves after 30 seconds. After 5 minutes, they were hurting. After 7 or 8 minutes, they weren't hurting a lot, but they were quite fatigued, to be honest. And during that last minute, it was a bit of a push, but I got the 10 minutes. So these are my realizations for today. This is an experiment that I will run. A lot of people not a lot of people, one person has also asked me to talk about what I eat on a regular day. And to be honest, I eat junk food, I eat terrible food, I eat worse food than probably most of you eat. The only difference is I don't eat a shitload of candy, but I do eat candy, sweets, I should say. Don't eat a lot of crisps, don't eat a lot of sweets. Other than that, I eat the same shit that all of you guys eat. At least the out of shape guys. You in shape guys probably eat better than me, to be honest. I fill my body with crap and with junk foods. Simply for the fact that I work such long days, and my laziness means that I don't make proper food for myself. Fairly shortly, I have a time plan, but I won't reveal it here. I will start eating healthily, and see what effects does this have on my body. However, I want to do this caffeine experiment first to see what effect does that have, because if I do the caffeine and the healthy foods, where will the performance benefit come from? Is it the food or is it the caffeine? So I'm going to do both in different phases, just to see which one is which and which one provides which benefits. So those are my battle plans. Attempting to enhance my already high energy levels, attempting to enhance my already great recovery. Because I believe that while caffeine makes you more stressed, which means that you probably have to sleep a bit more to recover, I can find that extra hour of sleep just by going to bed earlier, since I have more energy to get everything done, so I can go to bed earlier, if that makes sense. So I think that justifies caffeine intake, which also is better for my brain long term, since I'll be performing better, which means that I'll get more testosterone, more, what the fuck is it called? Probably it's called serotonin, in my bloodstream, feel more like a boss, perform better, which will make me less stressed and probably sleep better, and so on and so forth. I believe that this will start even stronger positive spiral upwards. Although this is an experiment, it can fail. I believe that caffeine is probably a good addition to my life in general and a good addition to my lifestyle. But this is an experiment, as I said, and you never know, but my preconceived notion is that it's going to go extremely well. After that, I'm going to start a new diet. It's going to be primarily meat and protein based, with a small amount of carbohydrates and a small amount of vegetables. We'll see if I add milk, we'll see if I simply just drink water. But what I'm going to try to do is eat a lot of beef, which is basically the complete opposite of every health expert on the entire planet. But as I said before on this channel, don't want to get shadow banned. There does seem to be an agenda against meat. Maybe, just maybe, people don't want us to eat meat. Maybe, just maybe. Because, I mean, when you look at what the elites are doing, the richest, smartest, best, strongest people in the world, from anywhere, from the super geniuses, all the way to the strongest men on the planet, they all eat red meat. Which is kind of interesting. So I'm going to try that as well. And by the way, guys, in case anyone says, oh, that's a health risk, well, I already eat a shitload of junk food. Red meat is probably a lot better than junk food. Just saying. But I'll do these things in phases. I'm doing scientific experiments, or rather unscientific experiments, with my body, and you guys are watching it. I had a couple of people also comment that I'm not getting any rest, and I told them, I sleep every night. I don't see a reason to do rest days. I've specifically created this program so that I won't need rest days. That's why I only do one set of everything per day. I want to generate just enough fatigue for me to be in a slightly constantly fatigued state, which means that my body's constantly recovering and getting stronger simultaneously. However, if I tip the scales just too slightly to where I'm breaking down my body faster than it can build itself up, that's a problem. But when it comes to optimizing things, I'm not super interested right now. Right now I want progress. I don't really care about optimization. We can do that in a future phase where I really need to, for example, get a lot of done outside of training, which that's already me right now, but I mean get even more done, be even more productive than I already am. In which case I'd probably change my training program slightly and not train every single day. But right now I'm running an experiment. It's 112 days long. I'm on day 36 right now. Day 37 will be tomorrow. I'm going strong and I will continue on this path. I believe that now that I've created momentum for myself, I just need to follow through. I've less than 80 days left, probably like... Fuck maths, seriously. But it's probably like 75 days, something along those lines. I don't have a long time left on this program. And when you look at the end goals, 10 handstand push-ups, 15 sternum pull-ups, 40 knuckle push-ups, 20 pistol squats per leg, 20 reps of 100 kilos on the double overhand deadlift, along with 20 minutes of jump rope. Persevering for 75 more days will absolutely be worth it. Stay tuned for more caffeine experiments, training clips, improvements, and rants. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on day 37.